Good morning, Year 6. I hope you're okay. Welcome back to school or homeschool, and I hope you have had a fantastic half term. I hope you were able to get out and enjoy some of the weather that we had and go for some walks and spend some time just chilling out at home with your family. I hope you are all well, and I hope you're looking forward to a new week of homeschool and hopefully. We'll be getting back to school later this term, fingers crossed. So I'm just here today to talk you through what we've got this week. Let's have a look. Okay, so here I am on the Year 6 Padlet, and I'm sure that you are familiar with this now, but I just thought I'd take this opportunity to show you a little bit more about what else is on there. In our general resources section, there's a number of reading resources. There's also news, links to Newsround. There's a BBC Bite-size link. And then there's also these maths extension activities. They're really good if you think that you would like to explore your maths a little bit more. There's also a link to PE with Joe Wicks, and other things like the activity cards that you're used to. Then there's also this in the news section, which Mrs. Wattam uploads, and this has got all news for children. It's all in picture format, comes with some recent news and some old news, and yeah, it's really good to have a look at if you've got some spare time. Okay, then you've got our homework grids, and just a reminder that the spring one, okay, has lots of activities that you can do, okay, related to World War II and all the topics that we're looking at this term. And then, as you know, you've got your weeks set out, all your days of the week set out, and that's all uploaded now for this week. And moving towards the end, you've got some of the reads by Miss Williamson. She kindly recorded those for us earlier, and it's called, it's a Michael Moore Pergo book, The Mozart Question. And then if you wanted to, there's all of the weeks from last half term uploaded in archives at the end. So it's all there, it's all easily accessible for you to have a look at. So let's have a look at this week. So you can see here, I'm going to talk through each day, that our writing, okay, this term, or this week, sorry, is based on a promotional video for the home front effort during the war, okay? So we want you to think about all those history areas that you researched during the last half term, and we're going to ask you to, on the first day, just to revisit that and to organize that and get that into your brains again so that you can use that this week. Mrs. Hattrick's recorded a video here for you to have a watch, and she explains a little bit more. Maths, we're going to go back to our fractions work. And this week and next week, the first 2 weeks of spring one, you're going to be revisiting and relearning all of the things that we did in fractions before lockdown. Okay, so this is going back to some of the things that you would have done at school before you went home. Now, this may be easy for some people. It might be a reminder for others. Okay, there are some challenges in there. And if you think that this is, yeah, I can do this, that is exactly what we want. And we want you to be feeling like that so that when we do hopefully come back to school on the 8th of March, you're ready and raring to go, and we can continue with our fractions, decimals, and percentages. So on day one, you're going to revisit converting improper and mixed number fractions. Okay. In the afternoon, we'd like you to start some of our RE. And this lesson is all about exploring Judaism. Okay. Now, the Jewish faith is a faith in England and around the world, and this lesson will teach you a little bit more about what language do Jewish people pray in, when do Jews celebrate during the week, what do they call that important time, where do Jews worship, what's the name of the most important Jewish holy book. Okay, we'd like you to make a mind map with all of that information, and there is a link, okay, to World War II, okay, which is the reason we're doing Judaism first. So moving on to Tuesday. Sorry, I forgot book talk. Book talk, you're going to do a book talk that on Monday all about some art. Okay, so it's all about Anthony Gormley's work, and he's really famous for his sculptures, the Angel of the North, and all those men that are stood on the beach. Okay, and that is in I can't remember the name now. Have a look at the lesson. It's in Formby, is it? It's near where I'm from. It's in the north, and it's on a beach. And I've been, and basically, there's hundreds of figures of humans stood on the beach, and you can go and have a picture next to them. I've done that many a time. Pretty sure it's Formby. Now, moving on to Tuesday. Book Talk is a non-fiction text, and that's about the Dunkirk evacuation. Okay, and you're going to use Kiddle. Now, if you've not used Kiddle before, have a look at that. That Kiddle is a version of Google that is for children, and it helps to narrow down your searches. So if you're researching something, you might want to look at Kiddle, okay, instead of Google. It looks exactly the same, but it's a little bit more user-friendly for children. In your writing, you'll be planning your speech about the home front and this promotional video. And basically, you're going to use the example that we've put on the Padlet to see if you can organize your information into paragraphs and to develop your ideas for your speech. Okay, again, have a look at the video from Mrs. Hattrick for more information. In maths, you're going to move on to comparing and ordering fractions on Tuesday. And then in the afternoon, it's another one of our PSHCE lessons. And I know that you've really enjoyed these. Lots and lots of parents and you have been emailing us to tell us that you are really enjoying these lessons. And I'm really pleased about that, because in difficult times like we're in now, it's really nice to think about some positive things. So I'd like you to think about today all the good things about you. All right. There's a really good song that you can have a sing to first and have a sing along. And then afterwards, the end part is you're going to draw an outline of yourself, similar or something like this. And you're going to fill it with all the things that are special about you. Okay. Moving on. Wednesday, you've got an extract of Goodnight, Mr. Tom, because I know you've been enjoying that book. And in this extract, it's Willie's birthday. Okay. And he gets lots of presents from Mr. Tom and can't quite believe it. On Wednesday, you're going to take your speech about your home front campaign, and there's a program on Radio 4 called Just a Minute. And the idea is that you've got to speak without stopping, without hesitation, or by going off subject, 1 minute about your subject. So you're going to do that today. You've got to speak, or by the end of this lesson, you've got to be able to speak about your subject, which could be make, do, amend. It could be the blackout. It could be anything to do with the home front. But you've got to be able to speak non-stop for 1 minute. It's not as easy as you think. Okay, there's a few video clips there for you to watch as examples. Okay, in our maths, you're going to look at adding and subtracting fractions. Those are mixed numbers and improper fractions. And then in PE, we're going to start by looking at our hockey. So when we get back to school, we'll be doing hockey this term. And I've got here 3 videos that I'd like you to watch. Okay, now those videos are all different hockey training skills or training routines, you could say, drills. And we'd like you to watch those. And if you can, have a practice. If you've not got hockey things, do not worry. Okay, because the end of this lesson is all about you planning your own lesson for when you get back to school. Okay, we'd like you to think about the warm-up, which skills you're going to demo, linked to the ones that you've watched, an activity that your friends can do to practice those skills, and then your warm down. We'd like you to do your own lesson plan. And then when you come back to school, bring it and we can do some of them. Moving on to Thursday, the book talk, we'd like you to start by doing some of the book club activities. Now, Some of you inquired about book club, but unfortunately, we've not been able to do that because of the current situation. But the Weald would still like to see some of the learning. So what we've done is we've typed up the activities that you can do, and you can choose any book. If you've got one of the book club books, though, then do those. But you'll see on the slide that there's lots of activities linked to the book club. And if you do those pieces of learning to the best of your ability, and we're talking about the highest quality presentation, not one single capital letter error or anything like that. It's got to be your best published competition level work. Okay. Then what we'll do is we'll collect those in when we get back to school, and we'll send a copy of that down to the Weald. All right. Have a look on the activity sheet for more information. With your writing today, you're going to start to write a draft script persuading people what action they should take to support the war effort. So you're persuading people for your, like you've done your 1 minute talk. Now you've got to write down what you would say in a speech if you were to do that. Okay. Again, watch the video. Mrs. Hattrick will tell you more. In our maths, it's moving on to adding and subtracting mixed numbers this time. Okay. So yesterday was adding and subtracting fractions. This time it's mixed numbers. And then finally, on Thursday, you've got some art again. Okay. And this time it's drawing, okay, from first-hand observations. And you're going to need to ask someone to be your model so that you can draw them from real life. Okay, so you need a person. It can be anybody at home. And if you've not got anybody at home, which you should have, you can use a teddy bear. All right. So go and have a look, see what you can find, who you can find. And then also, Mrs. Hattrick has asked if you could start to collect the following things, because next week you're going to need them: twigs, sticks, garden wire, string, tape, glue, blue tack corks, cardboard, all those Amazon delivery boxes, blocks of wood, offcuts. Have a look, see if you've got any, collect them, because next week you're going to be making some sculptures. Okay. So finally, we have our Friday, Flexible Friday. We'd like you to plan your time. We'd like you to look at the book club activities if you've not done so already. We'd like you to practice your written calculations. And here, this is really important just to keep these skills up. Use a dice or Google number generator, and you can get some numbers that you can just add, multiply, divide, subtract together. Okay. And then the last thing on this week is our Churches Together Assembly. This is a video from Ben from the Billingshurst Churches Together project, and he's done an assembly that is fantastic. You'll love it if you have a watch. And this assembly is all about hope, which I'm sure we all need a bit of at the moment. So, first week back, let's get going. Let's have a really good week and enjoy your learning. Okay. Everything is uploaded, everything's there. Mrs. Klein's scaffolding is here too to help you if you need a little bit of support. And I hope you have a fantastic week. So that's it from me. And if you do have any work that you want to show us, please email it in. We are loving seeing your work. Mrs. Mack and Mrs. Hattrick will be at home this week. I'll be in school, and hopefully we'll all be back at school pretty soon. All right, that's it for now. Have a great week, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.